Topping today's news, the Minister of National Security addressing the accidental shooting of a young mother. Police searching for the man who sexually assaulted a juvenile female. We'll take a look at what the new budget has to offer for the island of Eleuthera, and the Minister of Tourism off to California to promote the Bahamas brand. Bahamas, I'm Jcn. This is your JCN Evening News. It's a pleasure to have you join us. Following public reaction, Minister of National Security Wayne Munro clearing up the facts regarding a 27-year-old mother who was accidentally shot in the upper body while breastfeeding. She was shot by police officers. According to police reports on Sunday, the woman who frequents the property where a search warrant was being executed was shot due to a bullet that ricocheted through a pit bull dog that was posing as a threat to officers.
The officers went to the residence with a search permit, with a search warrant. They had to use a breaching tool to breach the gate to get into the residence. They were advanced on by a pit bull. The pit bull was shot by an officer, one round from a Glock 9mm pistol. The round entered the pit bull right side, exited the back of the pit bull, and struck the bystander. That is the briefing that I had. The victim was taken to the hospital. My last briefing was that she was in serious but stable condition, and we're concerned about her continuing health. The subject of the search warrant managed to make good his escape.
Notwithstanding the facts, the minister says police have to make judgment calls when executing search warrants.
They often, for arrest warrants, for instance, come very early in the morning, 3, 4 o'clock, because that's the time you're most likely to be home and asleep. And when you're asleep, you're likely to offer less resistance than if you are awake. The police often damage property in executing search warrants. They advise the public when that happens. You get a quote, you take it to the police, and we will repair your property. The judgment they have to make if they're searching for drugs and firearms, the police have to make a judgment whether they can safely enter premises, where they can be fired upon, and how they will enter those premises. If they confront a premises with a lot of locked gates and pit bulls, they may make a judgment that may not be accurate, but they make a judgment and then they act.
As for the assailant that got away, according to Minister Munro, he later returned to the residence where he was arrested and remains in police custody. Meanwhile, Minister Munro also commenting on the recent video that went viral showing a policeman engaging in a brawl with a number of men. The National Security Minister urges residents to refrain from engaging with armed police officers while in the line of duty.
If the police approach you and speak with you, you could decide to become belligerent and matters can escalate to that point. And to be quite frank, you may have a point because there are a bunch of cases that speak about whether you have rights to do this, that, or the next. In this country, if you see people physically fighting police officers, let's assume that they say they suspect them of having drugs or firearms. The men would have no way of knowing what's the basis of that suspicion. But if you take it upon yourself to not simply ask them, what's the basis of your suspicion? If they determine to illegally arrest you, detain you, the courts are there for you to go get your rights vindicated and get damages from the state. Or you could decide to get in an open fight with armed policemen. And if as a country we find that an acceptable way to vindicate rights, then we really are in trouble.
The men seen in the video have been arrested and will face charges for resisting arrest and assaulting police officers. Police are urging parents to remind your child or your children to not accept rides from strangers or even unauthorized family or friends. The warning comes as police are aggressively searching for a male responsible for sexually assaulting a juvenile female on Monday. Police say the incident reportedly occurred around 3 p.m. after the 17-year-old accepted a ride from an unknown male in a small light blue vehicle while on Robinson Road. The male reportedly drove the victim to his residence off Robinson Road, where he forced her out of the vehicle and into his home, where he sexually assaulted her. Police are actively investigating. According to the Member of Parliament for South and Central Eleuthera, Clay Sweeting, the island has come a mighty long way. On Monday, parliamentarians began the second week of debate on the 2023-2024 fiscal budget, and during his contribution, Minister Sweeting touted the improvements and advancements in his constituency, specifically at the medical facilities.
Madam Speaker, every year we talk about health care and the need to improve the facilities on Eleuthera. I'm happy to say that we are one step closer to realizing that this great initiative that has spanned administrations comes to fruition. We expect not to build one, but two fully functional, state-of-the-art medical centers in Palmetto Point and in Rock Sound. Both townships, local councils, have already reviewed. They've approved the plans, and they have sent them back to New Providence for completion. Madam Speaker, we are one step closer, and I am certain that my colleague and the member for Tall Pines will expand on the strides made for the construction of medical facilities in Eleuthera. You see, Madam Speaker, this is just results.
The minister, who is also responsible for Family Island Affairs, lamented the fact that Eleutherans have to leave the island for access to education following high school. He says the island lacks men and women with basic skills who are needed on a daily basis. He shared his answers to these concerns.
Trained electricians, plumbers, refrigeration technicians, the plain old handyman. We do have a lot of qualified individuals. However, there are too few of them, and their service are always in demand. So most homeowners have to wait days, sometimes weeks, to get on the calendar to have simple things fixed. Madam Speaker, I'm pleased to report that a facility to house the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute is almost 100% completed.
Yes.
The first in a family island. Ahead of the building completion, the first cohort of students in the electrical program is already in the classroom, taking advantage of this wonderful opportunity.
Minister Sweeting also announced that he received the word from the Minister of Works and Utilities, Alfred Sayers, that road projects will be completed throughout the island.
We will ensure that this is a harmonious balance to ensure that the primary contractor in this venture will subcontract most of the prep work to local companies. These two companies have been in the road building business for many years and are native to Eleuthera, and they deserve the same opportunity as persons from New Providence. You see, Madam Speaker, this member is serious about making provisions for the constituents of Central and South Eleuthera. You will also see in the next 2 weeks a team that will start repairing all the potholes in Eleuthera ahead of this major construction. This partnership ensures that a good portion of economic activity stays on the ground, but most importantly, touches the lives of Eleutherans. We will not patch the road like a quilt, and we are not in the business of waiting until close to election to deliver on key promises.
With regards to housing, Minister Sweeting revealed that on June 22nd, Prime Minister Philip Davis will issue the first 6 keys of newly constructed homes to homeowners on Eleuthera in the new Ocean Hole subdivision in Rock Sound. Beginning this morning, Tuesday, June 13th to Friday, June 16th, the Bahamas will host a prestigious International Road Federation conference at the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island. The 3-day conference will bring together distinguished transportation experts, decision makers, and professionals from around the world to delve into critical issues and explore solutions into the field of road infrastructure. Telling us more about this conference is Minister of Public Works and Utilities, Alfred Sayers.
We are honored to welcome an exceptional gathering of distinguished participants to this event. Delegates will include dignitaries and representatives from public ministries from CARICOM region and other regions of the world, road agencies, regional institutions, development partners, major road contractors, design consultants, materials laboratory engineers, transportation faculties, research institutes, civil society organizations, and road safety advocates. Their collective expertise, diverse perspectives, and vast experience will provide invaluable insights and drive collaborative efforts towards developing a safe, inclusive, and resilient transport system.
The IRF Caribbean Regional Congress, a flagship event, has become an essential platform for fostering collaboration, exchanging knowledge, and developing sustainable strategies to enhance transportation systems across countries and territories.
Solutions, with a particular focus on road safety, climate resilience, and the evolving demands of a new and electrified vehicle fleet. This conference will serve as a catalyst for transformative discussions that will shape the future of transportation in the region. The conference program will cover a wide range of vital themes that encapsulate the multifaceted challenges faced by the Caribbean. These themes include, amongst others, the decarbonization of road transport, resilient road infrastructure, the use of innovative and climate-friendly materials, cost-effective road surveys and inspections.
The conference agenda is designed to provide an enhancing and enriching experience for all who are in attendance. And finally, in this segment, the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, Investments, and Aviation executives, they're headed to California for the Bringing the Bahamas to You Global Missions Initiative beginning Wednesday, June 14th to Thursday, June 15th. They will showcase the Bahamas' latest tourism offerings and developments, spotlight the Bahamas' long-standing film legacy, and celebrate the milestone 50th anniversary of independence. The global mission in California will be led by Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, who is the Minister of Tourism, Investments, and Aviation. The delegation will meet with key industry leaders, partners, media, and travel agents as well. The global mission's aim is to heighten awareness of the islands of the Bahamas brand in key markets and drive tourism business to the Bahamas. The California mission is aligned with the ministry's June 6 announcement of the inaugural JetBlue nonstop service from Los Angeles, California to Nassau beginning on November 4th. Following California, the global mission will see stops in Atlanta, Georgia, and the United Kingdom later this year. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.